the ultimate test for a chosen one. So I remember watching a video by a so-called self-aware narcissist. I don't want to go into the details who it was. Many of you guys may know this person. And there was a video that was talking about divine intervention. So this was like this whole thing between chosen ones and narcissists. It is not it's not a coincidence. It wasn't a coincidence. So it's not like you just woke up one day and the narcissist just showed up in your life. And okay, if it was a coincidence, then why have you been in this repetitive cycle? So why has this so-called coincidence, why has it been going on in some kind of a cycle? Why have you been running into narcissistic people, family members, relationships, jobs, whatever? A coincidence can only happen once. Maybe even sometime it could have happened the second time, but a coincidence is not a cycle. You don't keep on doing or going through the same experience again and again, and you feel like you're trapped in a cycle. Now, I do agree with some of the things that was mentioned in that video, because I believe for a chosen one to be able to evolve, there's got to be some things that they're supposed to go through. They should have had to go through in their earlier ages. And these experiences with narcissists, one of the things you will realize as a chosen person, especially post-awakening, not only you have you been involved or entangled with these people, you will also see that there's a lot of chosen people all over the world that are also entangled with those same people. So it's why I'm saying it's not a coincidence. I believe that a chosen person is going through some lessons, so part of your evolution, part of the evolution process, your evolution process requires you to go through certain experiences. So these people, it will feel like they are being placed along a path. You made, let's say, for example, leave one of them. Could have been you left a family member. You've been the black sheep of the family, so you left this family member, then you walked away. You started dating. Then they started coming in, one after the other one. You was done with this one, another one came in. You're done with that one, another one came in. And you have been experiencing the same thing. It has been the same abuse, it's been the same behavior, it's been the same toxicity. And sometimes it feels like you just can't take it anymore. It feels like you've just had enough and you want to take a break. You are longing for this break. You really desire, you want to have this break. You okay, you like, well, okay, that was gone. Let me try to have something different. But for some reason, the different thing you're waiting for or expecting is going to turn out to be the same thing you've left behind. So you keep on having the same experience, meeting the same people, same energy in a different person. Now, you see, there is people who came here to ascend. They are meant to evolve. That is part of the evolution process. They are supposed to evolve. They are supposed to evolve. They are supposed to ascend. By ascension, I mean that they are supposed to ascend into higher consciousness. They are supposed to attain higher consciousness. But there's also some people who are not meant to ascend. But like I said, you are going through this trauma with a narcissist. And it is always going to feel like it's some kind of a punishment. You're going to feel like you're being punished. You don't know who is punishing you. You don't know why are you having those experiences. It's like a cycle. You cannot break out of the cycle. It's going to feel like a roller coaster. It's like you're just going around like a ball from one individual to another. Same energy, same toxic cycles, different people. Now, there is lessons that you are meant to learn. You see, one of the things I've learned, that's the reason why when I woke up, back in those years, when I woke up, I figured out that whatever it is happened previously with different narcissists, it was meant to happen. So it was according to divine plan. Because you see, I finally realized that there are no such things as coincidence. So all these things was happening for me to be able to get to somewhere in life, that same place that the universe, God wanted me to be. And these experiences, like I've said, they are usually going to be very horrible. It's going to be something very, very difficult. It is going to be it is one of the most painful, undescribable experience you'll ever experience as a chosen one. Because now you're thinking that there is good people out there. There is nice people. There is people with good intentions. There is genuine souls out there. You could always have run into those people. You could always have gone out there. You wanted a relationship. A good person could have walked in. There was a possibility. But for some mysterious reason, the wrong person walked in. That one left. The next wrong person walked in. The universe is testing you. Now you see, when you start learning how to interpret these kind of incidents with these narcissistic people, you will start to understand that the universe is teaching you something. You are going through these things to learn something. Because you see, there's also a very big chance that for you to get to your divine purpose on this planet, you are meant to go through these experiences, because that is where exactly. So it's like you was at the front line. You was in the battlefield. So that is why they call it spiritual warfare. Okay, it may sometimes have manifested on this 3D physical warfare, but it has actually been spiritual warfare. So in that spiritual warfare is where exactly you learn those lessons. So you was in some kind of a school, a very tough school with very tough lessons. So he was learning lessons. And then the reason why I call it the ultimate test is because there is nobody will ever test your patience and will ever put you in a situation, I'm talking about the chosen ones, like the narcissist will do. Those are the only people that will put you in a situation you have never imagined in your entire life you will ever be. But you see, something magical happens at the end of these situations, because you see, once you break out of these cycles, you bring a stop and you bring an end to that curse. This thing is like a curse. So basically, you go through these experiences, and at the end of those lessons, you're going to be tested. So any new person that walks into your life, that is going to be your next test. You might have walked away from the other one, depending on what was going on. You could have switched towns, maybe moved to a different country, and you left one behind. You meet the next one in that place that you went, just in a different body. So the lessons keep on going on and on until you finally learn the lesson. So while you're out there wondering why you entangled with these people, what is going on with you, what is happening, you don't understand what is, you are going through it all, it is tough. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you don't have to tell me this, it is tough. Going through narcissistic abuse, it is tough. It's the reason as to why I salute all the survivors and thrivers of abuse, because I personally know where they have been. I know what the experience has been. But one of the things you realize with survivors is like those people, once they have gone through those cycles and closed those cycles, those people, they will never be the same. Life for them will never be the same because everything starts to shift. Everything will shift in your favor. You will find your purpose. And of course, with some time and healing happening, you will eventually meet the person that you're meant to be with. I've got that question so many times. Will you ever meet the soulmate? This and this, the soulmate will come in. But first of all, before that soulmate walks into your life, you need to first of all go through some lessons before the universe will align you with that soulmate. Because even if the soulmate came in, you couldn't be able to maintain that relationship because there is some other things that you were supposed to learn about yourself. So your healing was supposed to happen, but the healing is an inside job. It is the healing now which aligns you to be able to meet a person that is going to match your energy. So that's how this whole thing goes. So the ultimate test for a chosen one is going through narcissistic abuse. There is no other way the universe will ever test you. Because you see, what the enemy did or what the enemy wanted was to keep you in a low state of vibration. It's the reason as to why you spent so many years in pain, agony, crying every day, going through suffering, moving from one place to another, fired from different jobs, walked out of different relationships. You was going through it all. That is because you was going through a test. The only way you can be able to break out of this thing is when you have finally learned the lessons. Because you see, one of the things you realize as a chosen one is that these lessons will not finish. They will not stop until you finally get it. You finally know what needs to be done. Because you see, sometimes, usually, not even sometimes, these narcissists walk in and they are going to show us those parts of ourselves that we never paid attention. So you could have been a person simply who never knew how to love yourself. You didn't know how to, the only thing you knew was to love other people, give out love, but you didn't know how to love yourself. You didn't know how to set boundaries for yourself. You didn't know how to really take care of yourself. You didn't know your worth. But finally, when you come to the end of a narcissistic relationship, that is when you are able to finally know that, okay, so you know your worth. You know who you are. That is the first thing. You know your worth. You know what you're capable of. And you know that for you to be able to experience complete joy and happiness, you are going to start by doing the work inside of you. So you're going to do the work within. You'll go within and do the inside work. Happiness is an inside job. So those are some of the things that the universe was teaching us when we was going through these narcissistic experiences. We was learning those very powerful things. Because you see, a person who has gone through abuse and survived and thrived, those are going to be some of the most powerful people you'll ever meet because they have learned lessons you can only dream about. You have no idea. A chosen person is a person with a very long experience when it comes to those kind of cycles because a lot of chosen people, you will know this when you wake up and you will look around and you will see there is so many chosen people are stuck and entangled with this kind of individuals. So they have done they have tried very hard to keep you from your highest self. So to keep you from evolving, to keep you from knowing who you are, remembering who you are. They never wanted you to remember who you are. So that explains all this gaslighting. It explains all the blame shifting. It explains all these, whatever, these toxic things they used to do and, brain fog and stuff like that to keep you in a state that you will never be able to step into your fullest potential. So as you walk away, you're now able to achieve all those things. It's why sometimes it feels like you have opened some doors that you can't even understand. It's simply because you have jumped timelines. So you have walked away from a narcissist. It is like opening these gates and you have walked into a new timeline. So that new timeline is where now you're able to start moving into your greatest version to meet or to become that person you came here to be. The ultimate test for any chosen one is the encounter or encounters they have had with the narcissist. That is when you have been tested the most by the Most High, by God, by the universe. But when you pass that test, you're able to walk away, love yourself, heal yourself, validate yourself, know your worth. You have learned from those experiences. You are now able to walk into your greatest version because you have passed the test. You can look around you and you will see so many chosen people is entangled with narcissists. There is something the universe is showing you. There is something the universe is teaching you. You just have to be aware and open to see where the lesson is. What lesson is the universe trying to show you and to teach you? When you're able to identify those lessons and get some work done on yourself, then you're able to walk away and eventually start ascending and become your greatest version. So let us know what you think about this video in the comment section below. You guys know I'd love and appreciate the support. You can book a session with me if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's the most signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.